Hi, guys. As usual, I have to get my YouTube up. Hi, honey. Oh, that's a great picture of me right as I'm going live. Okay. Hi. 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 Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, did you guys see that? For real, I saw something go across that window and it's 3 stories high, so I don't know how that happened. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for all your thoughts and stuff, and I'm okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm okay. It's like the life drama shit that seems to follow me around sometimes, but I'm okay. For those of you who did not see the Facebook post, though, I want to reiterate that I'm here. This video is not going to be about anything witchy other than I am still a witch. Because I had some events that came about today that are going to affect my life one way or the other. And I'm a person. Oh, I forgot to do this. Hold on. Let me mute. So, because that's super annoying. Okay. And I am a person. Thank you. That my entire life, I have been very open about things. And that's just the way I am. And I thought about not saying anything and stuff, but I'll tell you, you guys and this channel and the group and my tribe, you have become my family. So this video is going to be my personal bullshit. And if you do not want to stay for this video, I completely understand that. I want to give you that opportunity to leave now, though, and not have to be involved in my personal bullshit. And I'm not telling you guys this because I expect you guys to do anything, but like I said, I'm just an open person. So that's who I am. And I don't like to hide shit, and I don't like to pussyfoot around shit. Thank you. And I feel like I need to share with my tribe, hi, honey, what happened today and what has kind of happened in the past. Thank you, Jen. Exactly. You didn't miss anything yet, Maddie. I'm just giving people the opportunity to leave if they just want to be here for witchy stuff, because I totally get it. And it won't bother me at all, because I know some people are not here to be a part of this family kind of thing that we've created, and that is totally okay. Hi, Amber. And so I just wanted to give you the opportunity to back out of this video if you don't want to be involved with that, because I get it. I certainly get it. And there could be people out there who just want to be involved with the witchy stuff, and that's absolutely okay. Thank you. Being true to yourself is important. And that's why I'm like, I kind of hemmed and hawed, and I thought my instinct is to come on and just say what happened, because that's how I am. And then actually it was my aunt who said, oh no, you shouldn't say that because they might not support your channel after this if they find that out. And I'm like, I don't really give a shit. This is who I am. And I've never been about saying anything. I think people like me because I'm authentic, because I'm like, you know what? I'm a human being and I fuck up sometimes. And although this isn't my fuck up, but exactly. Right. Okay. So here goes. I'm still a little, I don't know exactly. I don't get to interject a whole lot because of my living situation, but I care deeply. Good. Thank you. And I appreciate it. I used to work in a crematoria and I still have access to one. I may call you on that, Brad. Not sure yet. Haven't quite made up my mind about it, but I may be calling you. Okay, in order to get to today, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory. And I honestly, because my memory sucks, I know I've given some backstory of my life story kind of a little bit before, but I'm not sure how much. I can't remember how much I went into it. I know I talked about that Peter was not around for a while, and the boys my oldest two boys ended up being molested by a boyfriend of mine at the time. If you have not seen that video, I can't remember where it is. It's kind of hidden in another video, but I did tell that part of the story. I believe, however, I kind of left out why Peter was gone. So I'm going to now, hi, Dave. I'm going to now interject why Peter was gone. He was gone. One of my shadow work videos. Thank you, Ange. I love you. I knew you would remember. It is one of the shadow work videos. That's right. Peter was gone for 6.5 years. Like maybe 6 months after my oldest son was born. I was pregnant for my second oldest son. And he decided at the time that he needed to go to a party and drink. And actually 4 days after my oldest son was born, decided that he needed to go to a party and drink and tried to talk me into it. And I said, no. And he went and, oh, good. I did tell you he was in jail. Okay. He was in jail. He was in jail for statutory rape because he slept with a 14-year-old. 15, 14, 15. I don't know. Someone underage. This is going to be one of those nights. So one internet problem down, 7 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay. My internet is going to go down continuously. This is great. And I don't care, Guardians. If you're trying to tell me not to tell people who I am, fuck you. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi. All right. So Peter was gone for 6.5 years. In that time, I actually did divorce him. I started dating another guy who ended up molesting my children. That's a whole long other part of the story that doesn't have anything to do with tonight. So I'm going to kind of leave it at that. If you want to see that part of the story, it's in one of the shadow work videos. I don't remember which one. Honestly, I really don't. But hello. 6.5 years. When he got out, we started over. Oh my God, there's 80 people. Holy shit. Whew. Okay. When he got out, we started over. Lady T, we do have a lot. Okay. So we started over. He has been a much different person. He's a good person. He's always been kind of a hard ass. This is not a witchy video. Thank you, Ange. I appreciate it. Thank you. He's such a good person, but he's also got his issues like everybody else. He's had a hard time getting a job and keeping a job, kind of. But for me, that was okay because he was really good at doing the home stuff with the kids and cleaning the house and doing the laundry and all that stuff. And for me, I was like, great, because I suck at that shit. I really do. I'm not good at that. It's been a very long time. He has been out since, well, all right. So my 19-year-old was conceived when he got out. So it's been a really long time. And we've had little stupid bullshit come up since then, but nothing big. He got a DWI and ended up in jail for a month because he had a previous record. That was a long time ago too. But nothing big. This year, finally, and I have to say, because of what he was charged with and what he went in for, regardless of if it was a 14-year-old girl at a drinking party, he really, Nancy, I'm gonna fucking kill her. He ended up with a sexual offender thing that followed him around for a long time. And this year finally was the first year since he's been out that was dropped. Finally, we had to petition for it and all that stuff because it was for a certain amount of years after he got out and all that. But so finally this year it was dropped. This year, well, in 2018. So, I had him go back to work for a little while though, because financially, we needed a little help. It's, our kids were away and they needed help once in a while, and Joey needed school and all that kind of stuff. So he went back to work, got a job at a gas station. He's been working at a gas station, which was fine. Just a little bit to help us out, whatever. So fast forward to today. I'm at work at my office, which means I'm the only person in the office. And at 10 o'clock, apparently he tried to call me. And I don't have my phone on me when I'm doing patients. Because I just think that's kind of rude. And I'm the only person. So I leave it in the reception area when I go to do a patient. So I came back. I didn't check my phone or anything because I was finishing up my paperwork. Another patient came in and my phone rang. And I looked at my phone and it was a private number. I don't answer private numbers. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Continued to check in my next patient. And I just happened to look back at the phone to see they had left a message. And I'm like, wow, nobody ever leaves a message. Like, people who know me just text me or message me. I don't really, I know my voicemail code, but I probably have only answered 4 voicemails in my life. Nancy comes out, I'm going to kill her. So, and I'm downstairs because I don't want my son to hear that I'm saying everything that I'm saying, because my youngest son is home. So I realized that there was 3 voicemails and one of them was from Peter. So at that point, I kind of knew something was wrong because he doesn't ever call me at work, ever. Because he knows I'm usually in with patients. It's hard. Whatever. So I told my patient to have a seat. I would be right with her. And I went in the back room and called my voicemail. And it was Peter saying he was being arrested at work. And he seemed very calm about it. And he said, I'm not really sure why. And said, you have to come and get the car at some point because they said they would tow it if it was still there tonight. So, of course, you're like, what the fuck? And so I pressed save. I went to the next message, and it was the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, who was saying, yes, please do come and get the car, but don't worry about it. I've talked to them. They're going to give you a couple days if you need a couple days to come and get the car. And yes, we're taking him in. He'll end up in Monroe County Jail eventually tonight after everything's done this morning. Great. Now I have a patient waiting, and it literally could not have been any worse. Like, I had an hour with no patient before that, and I had a lot in the afternoon that I was fine. But I had like 6 patients scheduled all at once every 15 minutes right as this is starting. So I'm like, okay, try not to panic. I'm trying to pretend everything's okay. But of course, that's like, yeah, right. So actually, my patient said to me, is everything okay? And I said, no, not really, but it's okay. So everything from the waist up off, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to keep right on going. And my patient, I hate that. My patient says, oh, honey, are you okay? Really? What's wrong? It's okay. And I'm like, so of course, I don't know why I have this innate need to protect him all the time. But I don't know, because it's there, because my entire family hated him forever. So I never said anything bad about him ever. If we got into fights, I never would tell my family, because they already hated him enough from the first shit. So I always feel this need to protect him and pretend that everything is fine, even if it isn't at the time. So, of course, I said to my patient, my son got arrested. I said, but I'm okay. It's, you know, it's the son that just stuff happens and whatever. And so she, and why is it, you know, patients, I'm like, I don't want to discuss this with you, even though you're the person that's here for some reason. And she's like, oh, it's okay, honey. She goes to hug me, and I'm like, no. I'm like, you cannot hug me. I can't do this right now. Because in a professional relationship, I can't do this. I am the caregiver to you right now, and I cannot do this. So I'm like, it's okay. I'm all right. Anyways, la, la, la. So I continue on. I get her done. She was very sweet. And she's like, oh, honey, you know, I hope everything works out. And I'm like, yep, me too. So in the meantime, he has tried to call me twice, or someone has tried to call me twice. And I'm like, I am with a fucking patient. I cannot go answer the phone right now. So then I get done with her, and the phone rings again, and it is Peter, and he's calling. He gets one free call. So it's him. And my next patient walks in the door, and I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, I'll be right with you. I'm running to the back, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? What happened? What? So and I'll tell you, like I said, I'm an open book. This is who I am. So when I am going through something, that I'm sharing that, because that's just me. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I do see your comments. I just know me. I'm a squirrel. So, you know, I will, but I see them. So thank you. I do appreciate it. So, So I'm like, what the fuck? And he says, and of course I am like, what are you talking about? It's a little, I still don't really understand it, but I don't know if I don't understand it because I've never done his job. So I don't really know what the hell he's talking about, or if I don't understand it because it's a crock of shit, but it's one or the other. His story is he took money out while he was working because his paycheck was going in at midnight, and he started work at 11, and Then he took the money out of the ATM before his shift was over and put it in the safe. And he says you can see, yes, that he took money, but that before the end of his shift was over, because he was the only one working, that he went to the ATM, got the money out of the ATM because now his paycheck had gone through, and went to put it in the safe. And he said, but when he went to put it in the safe, he did something wrong. And instead, he pressed refund or something, and it said that he had taken more money out instead of putting it in. But he said, all they have to do is watch the tape. I very clearly took money from my ATM and went directly to the safe and put it in the safe. But it didn't register that way. And he said, so I knew I screwed something up. And he said, so I wrote on the morning logs, I screwed something up. So you got to let me know what the hell I screwed up and how to fix it and blah, blah, blah. That's what he says. If that's true, then that will be very easy to prove because there's cameras everywhere. Nancy, can I help you with something? I'm on a live video.
Oh, I was just gonna.
Go ahead, get a piece of pizza. Thank you.
I ate something.
All right, well, I'll let you know when I'm done. Go ahead. So 91 people on Jesus Christ, you guys. So, well, take your pizza and go in your room, please. Thank you. Nancy, don't be out here all night listening in. I hate that. Please.
I'm not listening. Believe
Good.
me.
Thank you.
I can hear you if I wanted to. Especially if you're upstairs.
Yeah. So, if that's the case, that will be very easy to prove. He got charged with 2 counts of petty larceny, which is misdemeanors, and 2 counts of shit. What the hell is it called? Cooking the books, basically. 2 counts of falsifying business records. And he is saying that, which falsifying business records apparently is a felony. So he is saying that the falsifying business records is because whatever he did on the register was incorrect. But honestly, I don't know what to believe. Right. It's fraud. Right. So, yes, exactly. Replacing the money doesn't negate the action of taking money. Exactly. And he's a prior felon. Twice because a DWI. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't know. So here's what happened. So this is what he So I get this information. I get a little bit of this information. He tells me a little bit in his words on the phone. So I call my boss. I tell her my husband's been arrested. My husband. And I'm not leaving. I'm here doing patients. If there's any way someone can come and relieve me, though, I have a lot going on and I don't know what's going on. And I have to go get the car and I have to figure out what the hell's going on. So actually, my boss was very good about it. And they couldn't find somebody to come out. I did 2 patients in the meantime, totally compartmentalizing. Everything is fine. La, la, la. I'm great. Everything is wonderful. And then my boss called and said, okay, we rescheduled all your afternoon patients. You can go after your 11:30 patient comes or whatever. Go ahead. You can go, and just put a note on the door that said, due to a family emergency, we're closed until Monday or whatever. So that was very good of them. They were very good about it. And then, so now I'm thinking, now here in the meantime, so before all of this, my car that I drive, my car, is illegal right now because I need a new exhaust. And in the meantime, my inspection went up. And in New York State, there's little stickers on the window that say your inspection is up and it is a yellow color. And in this month, it's a blue color. And in this month, it's so that the cops can see if your inspection is up. And my inspection was up. And now it's a new month and it's a new color. And we knew that. And I haven't been driving my car except today because he had to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I had to be to work at 9 o'clock in the morning. And there was no way to do it where we only had one car today. So I can, at my office, when I'm at my office, I can drive back roads and not worry about it too much. But I'm thinking somehow I have to go get his car because I have to really be driving his car. I can't be driving my car. We're not getting it fixed until Thursday because that's when I get paid again. And I'm so glad my boss was cool about it. So I had drove an illegal car. And I'm thinking, shit, now I have to go get his car. And I can't drive my car to get his car and then leave my illegal car in the parking lot and then walk back. And then I couldn't quite figure out how to do it. So I thought, who the hell else do I know in this fucking town with a car? Nobody except my mother. So I had to call my mother. Yippee. Really, really happy about that. So I called my mother as I'm leaving work to say, I need you to, actually I texted her because she never answers her phone when I call. And I said, I have an emergency. I need you to call. I know, right? I hear you, Dave. I know I should have, but Uber is not, I don't think of technology. Uber just came here like in the last year. We haven't had Uber for very long. So I don't think like that on top of it. And I'll tell you something else. I wait till I get to the other part, which I'm like, so I call my mother, she calls me back and I'm like, so I need you to come because we need to go get Peter's car. He's been arrested. And she starts off pretty good. She's like, oh no, why? And I said, I don't really know. It's from work. Honestly, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't really know yet. And she said, okay, I will meet you at home. I said, okay, I'm on my way and we'll go get the car and then we'll figure this out. Well, I should have known right there because I didn't really want her to try to figure anything out. Just back the fuck off. Because the first time that this happened, I was on my own. Nobody, I went with those kids for 6 years every fucking weekend to go see him so that they would know who he was. And my mother not once ever offered to drive, never offered to give me money to drive. Now, I was towing 2 toddlers for years
What do you expect it to be done?
without.
Well, I can't, so that's it.
Well, move your ass next time. Like, if you're gonna make that much trash, then you can take it the fuck out.
You think
I-
need to
I'll- Look, I will take the garbage out.
That's
So
literally out of your room.
let
That's
it-
your fucking bag.
Hi,
What
hello.
are you talking about? It's not my trash.
Hey. I will take the garbage out. Let it go. I'm on a live video, please. I will take the garbage out. Please. Pretty please. So, can the universe shit on you anymore? Right? Exactly. And exactly. Wait till I'm not even done. This is not the rest of my day. It keeps going. So, on the way home, I realized my bigger situation. My bigger situation is that because Peter and I have been together for 28 years and 27 years, and I am not wonderful with money, honestly, and probably I'm a lot better now than I used to be. But because I'm not wonderful with money, Peter is the one to do the bills. All of my money goes into our joint account. And then he takes all of it out and puts it in his account, which he pays the bills on. So our only argument in years now has been, I do not have any access to our money, which he thinks he's protecting our money, but then shit like this happens and I don't have any access. None whatsoever, except the cash that I have in my pocket. So I'm like, shit. And because I don't cook, and Peter literally shops every day for what we want for dinner, we don't have any food in the house, really. We don't, and I'm like, okay, I'm not helpless. I can figure it out, but I literally don't have access because it's his account that all the money is in. So I'm like, fuck. Right? This is a total tower moment. It really is. Right. So I know from previous experience now, no, he can't be bailed out until Tuesday. No, don't send me anything. I'm okay. I'm all right. I figured it out. I'm okay till Tuesday, and then we'll figure it out. But so I know that I need to go get the car, and I know I can go see him today because in the first 24 hours, you get one free visit. So I'm like, okay, I need to go see him to see if I can get him to sign out his, yeah, it really is. Yes, the hubby. This is the hubby. So I'm like, okay. So yes, it is. And I'll tell you, I have thought about, like, I've bitched to him and he doesn't get it. Like he's like, I give you money when you want it. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. I don't have any access and I make more money than you do by a whole fucking lot. And not that it's our money is our money, but I don't have any access. Everything that I get, I have to go to you and say, hey, can you put money on my card? So I have been meaning to take over our finances, literally, completely, because that's the other part of it is I never know where our money goes because I have never paid attention, which is really not good. And I know it's not good. And it's not, I'll tell you, the other thing is, and so I'm back and forth because in the last couple of months, suddenly my bank card to our joint account doesn't work. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why does my bank account thing not work? And I say something to him and he's like, well, didn't you try to pay something with our bank account to Kickstarter? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did, which I did. And then they had a fit because it was out of the country and they don't pay for anything out of the country from my bank. So if I want to do that when it's out of the country, I have to send it to my credit card and then blah, blah, blah. So in the meantime, now I really have no access for money. I don't even have access to, to my account. I don't know, Hexen. I know. I'm sitting here going, why all of a sudden? And for months. So when I said, I don't have any access, he was like, well, go to the bank and tell them you don't have any access. And I'm like, well, you aren't working most of the time. Can you go to the goddamn bank and tell them that I need a new card? And he's like, no, go to the bank and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I don't know if he knew that I was too fucking lazy to do that on my day off or if it is something nefarious. I don't know. But what I do know is I need to change the finance stuff because I have zero access. Zero. So my mother comes to get me. We go, yes, I can talk to the bank. Kind of. We go to pick up the car. I bring the car back here. My mother says, okay, I will drive you to go see him. And I'm still kind of in shock and not really thinking. I'm like, okay, fine. So, and in the meantime, I'm trying to call my sons because I know he's going to be trying to call them. This worried me a lot. My partner is the one who has all the money going to his bank and he deals with all the bills. See, I know, Amber, it's not a good situation. It's really not good. So I'm trying to call my sons and all this stuff. And so I'm like, yes, drive to the city. We can go see him. I need to get there before 2 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We get to the jail. First of all, my mother thought she was coming in on the visit. And I'm like, no, you can stay here. You're not a chance. Are you coming in here? No. I don't even know why she would think that. Really? You never supported him before. I know you don't want to support him now. You're not even really supporting me. You're just trying to make it look good, but whatever. So I go in to see him. Yeah, feeling the fire exactly. And I'm like, no, you're not doing this. I go in to see him and I'm like, okay, no matter what, I'm just going to stay calm. And because there's nothing that he can do. There's nothing that I can do. I just try to figure it out. So, that's when I really got the whole story of what he says happened. He also says to me, yeah, I signed out my wallet to you in inmate property. So you can, and I'm like, oh, good. What's your PIN numbers? And he's like, his PIN numbers. And he said, he goes, but there isn't any money in the bank. I have cash in my wallet, though. And I don't know. I don't know if it just, I don't know. It just went, what? Why do you have cash in your wallet, but no money in the bank? What? Yeah, I don't know why. But I'm like, okay, it is, right? I'm so glad, you guys. It isn't just me. No, I've been with him for 27 years. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I really am. But I'm like, what? What the fuck? What do you mean? What? So I'm like, okay. At least I know he gets paid on Tuesday and I get paid on Thursday. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We talk for a couple minutes. He's actually doing, yes, really, really. He's actually very calm, which normally he's not. So I'm like, okay, that's good. I know, you guys, I know. Yeah, I have to say, it's not like we ever have money in the bank, guys. It's not like we usually have a whole bunch of money in the bank. We don't. It's paycheck to paycheck, and we're always, by the time the paycheck comes, but honestly, I don't know what bills we pay because I have not paid much attention. I don't know. I know. I really need to. I know. And that's my fault for not paying attention. Yeah, he is. He really is. Absolutely. So I'm like, okay, let's figure this out, whatever. His hearing thing is Tuesday. And then they will, I know I do. I know. Exactly. So I'm like, okay. I know I have to. I know. I'd say part of it is, I think, I think for a long time, part of it, well, let me say this. I think in the beginning, when he first got out of jail, because I had done it on my own for 6.5 years, completely on my own, completely, I didn't mind when he wanted to take stuff over. It was like, good, because I'm sick of it. Yes, he could do prison time. Yes. With what he's charged with, if all of that is true and there's nothing else that we can do, he could, those 2 felonies are 4 years apiece. So technically, if they do it consecutively, which means back to back, he could do 8 years. I know it's good to cry. I'll tell you, part of it is my fucking aunt is sitting right here and I can see her. And I know she's listening. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm not crying. Anyway. So for a long time, I think some of it was, good, you handle shit. Because you know what? I'm sick of doing it by myself. You fucking take it. So I let him. And then it was more of, he'd always done it. So it was, I don't know, habit, after that long, it was habit. And then lately it's been like, what the hell? Weird shit. Like, he started smoking again. He quit smoking last January. And I know he wasn't perfect, but I tried not to say anything when he screwed up, because then if he knew I knew about it, then he'd just do it all the time. And then all of a sudden he just started doing it all the time again. And now all of a sudden, the last,
Here you go.
I know. Get in your fucking room. She could be out here for 2 hours pretending to cut meat for her dogs. I want to kill her. I'm so annoyed. I don't have a door I can shut, which is what I really need. And of course, I do it down here so my son won't hear because I don't really want him to hear all this. And she comes out big fucking ears. Anyways, I know, right? I know I'm strong enough to do it on my own again, but I don't want to. Fucking asshole. Did she just go in her room and leave her door open? You cunt. I'm gonna kill her. Anyways, so I have to finish the story because my mother finished it in a great way for you. Ready? I'm so pissed. So I have to tell you, quit Ted Luckren. Yes. I know I'm about this close to. Because her dogs come out and piss all over everything on top of it. Anyways. I know I can. Don't kill her on camera. Thank you. Mothers are. Oh. So I have to tell you that Brad, I'm telling you keep saying that I might have to. I will tell you that our justice system, seriously, like no shit, no matter what if he did it, didn't do it, whatever, our justice system is seriously fucked up. And it is fucked up against poor people. And I'm really, really tired of it because they treat poor people like absolute fucking shit. And like do shit on purpose to put digs into poor people. And it pisses me off. For instance, so we're on the way to the jail today. And my mother's like, well, where do we go? And I'm like, you know what? It really pisses me off that I know exactly where we go, that I know I get a visit in 24 hours, that I know I'm taking my earrings off and my necklaces off on the way and taking all the change out of my pocket because I know I can't carry anything in. I can't have any jewelry on. I know exactly what I have to fucking wear to go into the jail to see the motherfucker. I know where I have to park. I know that we have to walk around the building because they're assholes anyways. So I know all this. I'm telling her, okay, you go into this garage. We get into the garage. We park. I'm taking all my shit off. I'm like, here's my phone. I will be back. I got to go up, blah, blah, blah. So, and she's like, okay, well, try to let him know that I'm waiting out here. And I'm like, well, let me tell you, Mom, it's 1:45 and they only do every hour. So, and 3:00 is the last one. I said, so if I can make it up there and they process me through in time, then I will be there for the 2:00 visit. And if I don't make it up there by 2:00, then I'll have to wait till the 3:00 visit. And she's like, well, if you don't have your phone, how will you tell me? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm up there. I'll be down at 4 at the latest. Hopefully, that's what will happen is I'll get in there by 2:00. So then she says, oh no, well, I'm coming with you then, because if it's going to be there until 3:00, then I'm going to go somewhere and come back. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's go then. I said, but in the meantime, start taking your shit out of your pocket and your jewelry off and stuff because we have to go through the fucking metal detectors. So, okay, so now she's at the car trying to I'm like, come on, let's get there before 2:00. Because she doesn't know where she's going. So I can't just leave her and tell her, fine, meet me up there. Because she doesn't know where the fuck she's going and she has no sense of direction. So I get all her shit off. We go to the door in the parking garage that goes up to inmate visitation. And there's a big sign on the door that says, inmate visitation. Now the entrance is on the Plymouth Avenue entrance, which is around the building. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, how the hell did they do that? They couldn't have moved visitation. What do they have the entrance blocked off now? You have to go all the way around. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I'm like, come on, we got to go around the building. So we go out. It's a block. Like the whole building takes up a block, basically, the jail. It's around and around and around. And finally we get there and we're at the front door and I'm reading the front door and it says, for visitation, take the stairs to the left around to the building, the side of the building that we already were fucking on. No, I don't have access to our accounts. But this is what I'm telling you. Why I'm telling you this story is why I still don't have access to our accounts. And I'll tell you. Because they hate poor people. So I'm like, fuck. Okay, we got to go up here and turn right and go. And she had knee surgery last year. So she is, yay. So she is slower and I'm like kind of rushing because I'm trying to get there before 2:00 so I don't have to wait until 3:00. So we're halfway up the stairs. She's like, Jen, you got to slow down. I'm like, Mom, I can't slow down. I know. I'm sorry. She's like, I'm in pain. You have to be nice to me. I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to be nice. But if I'm not in there by 2:00, we're going to have to wait till 3. But I might be able to be in there at 2:00 and I might be able to get the fucking 2:00 patient or 2:00 patient, the 2:00 visit if we get up there. So we're walking. I'm like, and she's already pissy with me. And I'm like, just stop, please. So, okay, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm trying. Okay, let's go. So, all right. It takes her forever. Get in there. We go through the metal detector. I get up there. All I have in my pocket, literally, because I know better, all I have in my pocket is my ID. I put my ID on the counter. I'm like, I'm here to see Peter Strelli. It's a first-time visit. Okay. Calls back. Where's Peter Strelli? He's in booking still. Okay, he's in booking still. Take everything off. I'm like, yep, I know, already done. And he's like, okay, and we'll call you. Okay, so we're waiting. All right. So now my mother pulls out her ID and I'm like, no, you're not coming in. And yes, and I have to be nice to her. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Remember this for later because it comes up again. So, and she's like, oh, you don't want me to come in? I'm like, no, I don't. No, I absolutely do not. No, absolutely not. Because I'm not going to say anything to him, even though I'm sitting here telling you I might leave the fucker. I'm not saying that to him. And I don't want to, not right now. I just need to do what I have to do, figure it out, whatever. So we had to do that. I go in, I see him. He tells me all that. He tells me I have signed out my wallet to you, whatever. Okay, great. I come back out. I get my ID. I'm like, is inmate property still around the front? Yep. So now we have to go back around to the front of the building. I don't even know yet, Joyce. To be honest with you, I don't even know where the whammies have to go yet. Get to the front of the building, which, by the way, thank goodness it wasn't that cold a day today. It was chilly and it was windy and stuff, but it wasn't rain or wasn't snowing. It wasn't. I'm setting up my bear skull for you, Mama Jen. You need strength. Thank you. Yes, that would be great. Yes, it really has. And I'm still not done with my mother. I can't even believe her today. Can't even believe in all this. So I go around. I'm like, okay, I'm here to pick up my husband's wallet. He signed out his wallet to me. Okay, what's his name? Peter Strelli. Okay, yeah. Pulls the thing out and he goes, he's not in. When did he sign it out to you? And I said, this morning. He came in this morning. He signed it out this morning. They said, oh, yeah. it'll be at least 24 hours. We don't get it that quick. And I'm like, okay, but he has all the bank cards. Are you kidding me? Really? He signed it out. There's no way you can go and find it because I'm not going to have any money for the entire. I'm like, because let me guess, you're not open on the weekend. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we open up again Tuesday. Tuesday, not even Monday, Tuesday. They're closed Mondays too. So I'm like, really? Well, that's fucking grand. I said, thanks so fucking much. And my mother turns around and she goes, Jennifer, shh. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Shush. I'm like, they do this because they know we're poor people and there's nothing we can fucking do. And I'm this loud and they're there. And she's like, Jennifer. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You're really going to scold me? And she goes, that's not going to help. And I'm like, that's not going to hurt anything either. And it makes me feel better. So now I'm like, great. Okay. No access to money. All right. I have, when I came home, I remembered I had stashed a 20 and I figured out I had like $53. I'm like, all right, Joey and I'll be okay. We're fine. Whatever. On the way home, my oldest son calls me. He got out of work finally. I had been texting him back and forth and he wants to know what's going on. I'm trying to tell him what's going on with his father, who he's all worried about. No, I can't. There's no way. It's a big, huge conglomeration, but I'm okay. I'm okay until Tuesday. Peter actually gets paid on Tuesday. I'm going to have to figure out how to go down and get his wallet now. And then I get paid on Thursday. So I'll figure it out. I'm all right. We're okay. We went. But in the meantime, slap a mom. Because I'm still not done with my fucking mother. I'm still not done with her. We're driving. I'm on the phone. And she says to my son, or she's yelled like, I'm on the phone with my son. And she goes, now tell Frankie not to accept phone calls from him. He can't run up a big bill. And my son hears her and is like, are you fucking kidding me? She's going to tell me not to accept phone calls from my own father. Are you kidding? And I'm like, and I'm trying to remain calm. And I'm like, yeah, I know, honey. Just let it go. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. And I keep going. And she goes, I have to stop at Wegmans. And I'm like, really? Can you just take me home, please? Really? And she's like, no, it's 4:00 now. And I'm going to have to, blah, blah, blah. I have to go and get groceries and I don't want to drive in traffic. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Fine. So I'm like, whatever. She goes, and I have to ask you a question. Could you get off the phone? Yep. It's all about her. It's all about her. So I'm like, Frank, let me call you right back. And it's taking everything I have, you guys. Everything I have. Not to go, what the fuck? So I hang up the phone and I'm like, yes. And she goes, what did he say? And I'm like, Frank? She goes, yeah, I heard him yelling. What did he say? And I just looked at her and I'm like, he said, are you fucking kidding me? And she goes, really? And she's like, I can't. Did you tell him that I just sat at that jail for an hour? And I said, no, I did not tell him that. And I looked at her like this. I said, are you kidding me? And she goes, no. She goes, I can't believe you. And I'm like, Mom, I'm getting yelled at from him, even though I know it's about you. And now you're going to start yelling at me about him? Are you kidding? And she goes, who's yelling? And I'm like, yeah, guess what? Now I'm fucking yelling. I'm yelling. And she goes, you know what? This is what finally I was done. I was done right here. She goes, you know what? You need to learn how to treat your family. And she had pulled into the parking lot and stopped the car. And I said, you know what? I'm going to walk home. Fuck you. And I got out of the car and shut the car door. And she goes, I'm not going to chase you down. And I said, you better fucking not, you cunt. And I turned around and walked home. And it was 2 miles home. And the whole time I'm like, you motherfucking bitch, if you dare to fucking stop along the goddamn road when I'm trying to walk home and it's fucking cold and I'm pissed off and I'm annoyed and I'm angry and I'm walking 2 fucking miles back to my goddamn motherfucking house, the whole time, you guys, I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody today. I'm going to kill somebody. And so then I'm talking to my son on the way walking home. I get home and I have to try to tell my youngest son what's going on. And the bottom line is, and I said to my oldest son and I said to my youngest son now, here's the thing, guys. Unfortunately, your father has done stupid shit before. So it's one thing or the other. It is either your father made a stupid, fucked up mistake, and I don't know, we'll have to figure something out, or who wants to go Hunger Games, right? Oh, and she totally, I swear to you, she looked at me like it was me. She's like, are you kidding? And I'm like, what? Am I in Bizarro World? Am I in it? Really? Am I there? Thank you, Kay. Thank you all. I know I'm still reading. So, but I said to the boys, I'm having to stop reading the comments due to all the killing mom jokes. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, Amber. I know I didn't even think of that. I am sorry. It is. It is. You're right. It's our true family is not blood. That's true. That is so true. Oh, and I'll tell you one other quick thing that she did, and then I'll finish my story, hopefully. We're sitting there now. You have to give them your ID and stuff. They have to get Peter from wherever the fuck they had to get him. And you have to sit there and wait for them to call you and say, okay, they've got him, and go into the visiting room. As I'm sitting there, this obviously young, poor Black woman came in carrying a baby and a diaper bag. And I looked at her, I'm like, and I said out loud, and I don't know, I didn't really mean to say it out loud, but I was like, ugh, I remember those days, except I had two. I had a toddler on each hip coming into the jail, trying to do everything you had to do with a kid. It's so hard. And I'll tell you, it doesn't matter that you didn't do anything, because you're associated with someone who did something that's in jail now. They treat you like shit. So it's a horrible experience all the way around. And I had to do it for 6 years and bring 2 kids there, you know, every day or every weekend for 6 years. I went to that jail with 2 kids without my mother's help ever. But, so this is what she said. I said, oh, I remember those days. And she looks up and she goes, yeah, me too. She didn't help me at all. Not at all. She hated Peter. She offered to buy me off with a car if I left him. She did nothing to help me the entire time. Not once did she ever come and see him with me. Not once did she ever say, I don't know. I don't know. It's like she remembers the past differently. I don't think she remembers what happened in the past. I really don't, because for her to say that, I just was like, what do you mean you remember? And I think I was a little bit in shock, but I think I said, yeah, well, I did it for 6 years by myself. And then I just kind of like went, okay, I can't deal with you too. So I just kept going. I just kept going. Yes, that's true. She probably is a narcissist. That's true. Because later on, she tried to take my kids, which she accomplished that for a good 6 months. She left my father, which my father is no picnic. And I don't blame her for doing that, but she like left him with nothing. And I don't know. I just know here I am now. And so the moral of my story is I don't know what the fuck to believe. I really don't. I have no idea. I told yes, I did get Peter's car, so that's good. Now I have access to the car that is legal. Although I forgot when Joey and I went to go to Walmart to get food for the week, which we got tons of ramen noodles and we got SpaghettiOs, which we both really like, which is really sad. I was like, wow, we live like bachelors when dad isn't cooking. But anyways, I totally forgot though that Peter's headlights are screwed up and you can hardly see shit unless you have the brights on. So I ended up driving my car anyway, but during the day I can drive his car. So, but I said to my oldest son and my youngest son, it's either one thing or the other. It's either he screwed something up and made an innocent mistake, kind of. I mean, he still fucked up. Or he was stealing money out of the till and trying to make it look like he wasn't. And I don't know which it is, but yes, the truth will come out because they have stuff on camera. So they know it's either going to be, okay, it wasn't that bad and we'll make a deal with you, or it's going to be, wow, you really fucked up. Shit. Which, you know what, I can kind of deal with because I've dealt with it before. Although I did tell my oldest son, I said, you know what, I'm not going through this shit again, though. If it's going to be 8 fucking years, I'm done. I'm just done. There's no way. But what hurts me is my boys, because Joey feels the same way, except he knows no matter what, he loves his dad. So in his heart, what he's saying is, so either dad really fucked up and could do another 8 years, or he might be able to plea out to less or something. But God damn it, for him putting him in this fucking situation. Motherfucker. And that's my youngest was 13 when his dad went to prison. Now he's 19. Ugh, I hear you, honey. My youngest two literally grew up for the first 6.5 years of their life without their father, other than they went to visit him because I didn't want, and that's partly why I did that. I didn't want him to come home and then not to know who he was. I didn't want that to happen. Yeah, I know. That's true, Virginia. I know. Frozen veggies, a bit of meat, jar of stir-fry sauce, and a bag of rice. Woohoo! I know. Exactly. He does have it easy. Yes, please do. I could use some distant healing for sure. And this, for me, this is pain for my boys. But this for me is frustration. I am so fucking pissed. I'm pissed that I didn't step in with the finances earlier. I should have. But that was a combination of my Libra ass being lazy and not wanting to rock the boat. Like, his dad will always be his dad, but it's not fair for you to waste your years waiting on him. I know. 27 years, though. Fuck. Thank you. Sometimes you just sit here, though, and think, you know what? Normal people don't have to go through this. Right, Lady D? I mean, I know you have to feel like that. Because I always feel like nobody else in the world has to go through this shit. What's normal? I know. So, after all of this, I have one more confession. If you guys can take it, I have one more story, but I want to make sure my son is really upstairs for this one. That's true, Ange. And we say that a lot, that it's like the poorest people who give the most to others. It's the people who have the least. You found your anchor neck. I so wish. I so didn't. But I didn't look very well last night. I looked in a couple spots, but I didn't look in a lot of spots. All right. So I hear my son. All right. So my last confession is this, because this is part of my frustration now too. Is that I have not been a perfect person either. Not that I ever claimed to be a perfect person, but because this shit had always gone on, I always had people in my life that Peter didn't know were in my life. That's true, Leland. That's true. One of them was a very, very good friend of mine named Jim, who I have known since junior high. Jim was not allowed to be in my life at all when Peter got out because he was, I don't know, a jealous asshole. It doesn't help that Jim was in love with me, I'll be honest with you, but I never loved him at all. We were just friends and there was no anything there. But Peter knew that how Jim felt about me, so he didn't feel comfortable with it, and I wasn't allowed to talk to him. So Jim and I have talked in secret forever. But and I've been caught a couple times talking to Jim, which then makes it look worse because it was in secret. But one of the people that I talked to was a man that I had met when Peter was in jail. And him and I talked on and off for probably 4 years. And then for a while, something changed with Peter and I, and he stopped being interested in anything that I was doing. And I don't know what he was going through, but I know I literally would be like, Peter, can you do something with me? Will you go to a movie? It was like I was begging him to do anything, to be interested. I was like, what are you interested in? I'll do something with you. And there was no interest whatsoever. So I don't know if he was having an affair or something. I don't know. But we were like roommates for a couple of years. And in that time, I fell in love with another man. And had a plan to leave Peter, but I wasn't going to do that until the kids were older. And then 2 years ago, which is, I hope it was the first and not the second. I have a Jim that I have to talk to in secret because his wife is jealous. See? Exactly. And you know what? That's what I was going to say, is to have my friend Jim as a friend means so much to me because he's known me since I was 13. So, and he knows all about Peter, and you've slept with a woman, Brett? I am shocked. Yes, that did put a smile on my face. Thank you. But it is really nice to have that one person who knows all your shit that you went through, who knows everything that's ever happened to you, who you don't have to pretend to be anybody else. You don't have to put masks on. And Jim is that person for me. So, of course, I called him right away and said, guess what? We can go out this weekend. That's the good news. But anyways, so in the meantime, I fell in love with another man. We kind of planned on when to do it 2 years ago. He lived in Utah. I went to visit him for a week, telling Peter that I was with another friend, and just to see, like, okay, could I actually live with him? And it turns out I could. First of all, I loved Utah. I fell in love with Utah as much as I was in love with him. I loved Utah. The mountains, and to me, the mountains were like, oh my God. There was something, it was like feeding my soul. I've never seen. Yes, see, I just loved it. And he was really good to me. And I really wanted it to work. And no, I fell in love with another man. Jim is a friend that I have had forever that I've had to hide in secret. I fell in love with another man named David. And he was quite a bit older than me. It does grab your soul. There's something about, I don't know what it was. I have never been more at peace in my entire life than the week I was out there. And he was really good to me. And I was like, okay, that's it. I'm moving. So we made a plan. I went to go see him in March 2 years ago. This March will be 3 years actually. And he came out here in May. And the plan was to start to tell people and give people an idea. And when the boys got out of school in June, I was going to then move with him to Utah. And I had a plan. I was going to find a job out there, which I can do because I have a skill. I was going to let Peter stay in this house and pay the rent because that's what I had been doing so that Joey would have a place to live. I had a whole plan. But I was going to do it right before, right? I know. I was going to do it right before David went back. He was here for a week, and I just spent a week kind of because, and to be honest with you, Peter hardly fucking recognized that I wasn't around because we didn't talk. We didn't do anything together. We never spent time together. I can't even believe he realized I wasn't there. But I was out with David the third or fourth night that he was here, which was actually David's birthday. Oh, I feel so bad. And I got a phone call from my son, PJ, who said, don't come home. And somehow Peter had said, where the fuck is your mother? And what's going on? And got into my computer and found all these messages and flipped out. Flipped out really bad. And my oldest two sons were, let's see if this was 3 years ago, 22 and 23. And so I called PJ, my second oldest son, and I said, what the hell is going on? And he goes, Dad knows. He started drinking and he wants to come and find you. And Frank and I are not letting him do that, but you can't come home. And I thought, oh, okay, shit. And David and I talked about it, and I thought, I guess, shit. I guess this is the way it has to be now. It was going to come out at the end of the week, but I wasn't going to do it like this. And great. What the fuck? So I didn't come home that night. I got a phone call from my mother in the morning. Screaming at me and saying, how dare I? And was I kidding? And blah, 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 blah. And how could I leave my children? Joey was 14. And I tried to say, I have a plan. I realized it wasn't supposed to go down like this, but I have a plan. This is going to happen. No, that was 2.5 years ago. Almost 3. In March, it'll be 3 years ago. So it's been a while. Well, that's what I thought. I waited 4 years before I was going to leave so that the kids could grow up, because I didn't want to put the kids in the middle of that situation. Yeah, I will. You're right, Jess. I will. But I didn't want to put the kids in that situation. So I waited. I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. Yeah, I won't. I'll delete it. You're right. So apparently what happened here that night is that Peter got so drunk that my two oldest boys had to hold him down all night because he was trying to fight them. He scratched the shit out of PJ's face and tried to punch them and literally like lost his mind, which is partly why my son PJ hardly talks to me now, because he blames me for that. In the morning, my mother said, well, the kids want to talk to you, but I don't think you should go back to that house. And I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit. So I met them at the mall parking lot. And all the kids were in her car, and she pulled up, and I got out of the car, and I got in her car, and I said, okay, boys, well, and I can't remember which one. I think PJ said to me, yeah, I don't really want to hear what you have to say. And I had braced myself. I expected things to be bad. I expected them to not really accept it. I expected a lot. But he had hurt the boys. And when PJ looked at me, I was done. I knew that moment that there's no way I was going to go. Because they meant more than anything. So I gave it up again. Because I didn't want to hurt the boys any more than the whole situation I already had. But that means that poor David, I still feel bad. I literally said, it's okay, boys, I'm coming home. And I got my car and I went to David's hotel room. And I walked in the door and I said, I need to pack my stuff. I have to go. And he knew that something was wrong. And he was like, are you kidding me? That's it? You're leaving and that's it? And you're going to throw this away and there's nothing I can do? I said, yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to. And he said, no, you do have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice, blah, blah, blah. And he was right too. But I couldn't do it to them. I just couldn't. And I think my mother did that. I still think my mother did that. But I don't know. But so I gave up my happiness again. And PJ still really doesn't talk to me much. A little. But I know he still blames me for it. And they all moved out shortly after. And I was left with this feeling like, what the fuck? I gave that, like, David never talked to me again. So that was it. And I don't blame him. I really don't. I totally, like, I left him when he had 3 more days here and I couldn't talk to him again because I knew Peter was going to be crazy. And like Peter wanted to go and fight him. So I couldn't even talk to him. I had I know. I know. I didn't like go and delete David's numbers and stuff. And he hasn't talked to me since then. So I gave that up again. And you know what? Every time this fucking shit happens, and this is where it'll be really hard, you guys. If I decide to leave him, this is where it'll be really hard. Because I'll tell you what, when Peter gets out, he will be the perfect fucking man. For a while, he'll be a perfect fucking man. And I always feel bad because his parents are both dead. He doesn't talk to anybody in his family. And I know I'm not responsible for that. But he has nobody. So you know what's going to happen? And this is why I'm still conflicted. Because, well, that's true. If he goes to jail, that's it. I just can't. But if he doesn't go to jail and I kick him out anyways, he's going to end up going to Frank. And it's not Frank's job to take care of him either. And Frank, who has a big heart like I do, will take care of him. I know he will. And I can't do that. I know they are, but they're going to take care of him because he's an idiot sometimes. Frank is my oldest. He's 26. I know, but I feel like I'm dumping my shit onto him. And he's such a good kid. He'll just take it. He'll just take it. I honestly just don't know, you guys. I know. Shit, what did Amber say? I missed it. Hold on. I can't find my mouse. Oh, here it is. It's up here. Amber. I don't know. I can't see. Let's start thinking about your happiness. I know I do. It would be Peter dumping his shit onto others. I know. Yeah, but here's the thing, Marette. I know I can't sacrifice myself all the time and stuff, but I'm used to it. You know what I mean? I know that sounds wrong, but I know how to deal with Peter. I know how to deal with this shit. I know if he goes back to jail, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I can't do it again. But I'm like a cutter, really? No, it's I know there's no way to justify this. All I can tell you is I feel like it's not Frank's responsibility. It's mine. And I know it's not my responsibility either, but I know what will happen. So how is it not my responsibility that I know he's going to go running to Frank, and if I kick him out of here and I'm done, he'll live with Frank for the rest of his fucking life. And that's not fair to Frank either.
I know. It's a form of emotional blackmail. Oh, absolutely. And I know that. I know. I do not mean this as an insult, Jen. If you need financial help getting away, you need only say the word no. Yes, that's true, surrounded with Matt. You are right. Matt, I need to reincorporate myself with Matt for sure. Right? I know, Tamara. I know. Fuck. But I tell myself I'm not a mentally abused woman because I'm too fucking strong for that shit. But I know. I honestly, Blackbird, I don't know. It depends. The only thing I can say though is the only money amount that they're talking about is like $700. So if they came after me for $700, yeah, it would hurt a little, but whatever. I'll figure that out. But money wise, that's all they're accusing him of taking. So it's not a whole lot. I'll figure that out. Boundaries, I know. When you remove yourself as the buffer, your boys will be able to see him for what he truly is. What if I don't want them to? I know. I've been making excuses for him my entire life. My entire adult life. Oh. Oh my God, there's 110 people watching this fucking video. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck. You sacrifice yourself as a mom. Kids can pick up on shit. I know, that's true. What if next time Peter takes you with him? Yeah, I know. Don't eat shit just because you know the taste. Thank you, Jez. I know. Sometimes you have to lead your kids by example. It's important for them to see that you can't treat women like that without consequences. I know. I know. I know. And you know, I am a smart girl. I fucking know all this. I just, I'm really pissed that I have to fucking do this all the time. And you know what? Here's what really pissed me off. And hopefully they're old enough now that but every fucking time that I've tried to leave him, every time he manipulates shit because he knows I won't talk bad about him to them. He talks bad about me to them and manipulates them. And it pisses me off beyond. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, you asshole? I know I'm a bigger person, but what the fuck? File taxes separately. Yeah. I know. Ugh. Sometimes it's better for us to learn our lessons from this shit. I know. And 30 chatting. Be careful of silent vampires. I know. I will. Yep. I know it's manipulation. I know. Will prevent not only growth, but everyone involved. You putting yourself first could help everyone's growth. I know. I know. It's the age-old thing of doing what's comfortable and what I know. Or standing up and doing the hard thing and saying, I have to do this alone now. And I'm so much stronger than this. God damn it. I know I'm not alone. I know it. Ugh, I'm so fucking pissed that I've wasted 27 fucking years. And I think that's part of it is I'm so determined that I did not waste 27 years that I'm like, no, it's gonna work. Yep, that's true. Ah, fuck. Fuckers. Yeah, exactly. I know. And obviously, I still love him, and I feel bad because he has no one. And he has no one, and it's his fault he has no one, but I feel like I am. I don't know. I feel like I am the break wall, and he's just gonna go over the edge, and I know I can't stop that. No, I don't, Ange. You're right. I know. Jesus Christ. 118 people. What the fuck? Oh no, 117, because I think they count me as one. I know. Sucks. Just sucks. Time to look at the 2 cups that are still upright. Thank you. Yep. That's exactly it. That's so true. I know. I know. And I have to say, he's never, well, I shouldn't say that. He's never physically tried to harm me, except one time when he was more drunk than I have ever seen him. And my oldest son was there and had to hold him down because we got into a fight and I slapped him. But literally, that was it. But I know it doesn't matter. He has it in him somewhere. Oh, that's a good idea. A ceremony for myself. That's good. Please know if you need a break from videos. No, because you know what? This is what I love, Ange. And I thank you guys. I appreciate that I know I can take a break. That's why I wanted to do this video, because I needed to do this so that now it's out there and you all know. So if I'm a little nuts, then if he's released, do I have a plan? Yeah, I have a plan. Kinda. Do I have? No, I really don't have a plan, do I? Because I won't kick him out in the street. I just won't. But I can go somewhere for a while. I know. Anyways, what keeps me sane is this channel. So this is why I needed to do this tonight. Exactly. I have till Tuesday. I know. And I love you guys. I know. Stop feeling sorry for him. I know. That'll never happen. 27 years. I was there when his mother died at 39. And he was in jail and had to pick whether to go to the hospital before they took her off life support or to her funeral afterwards. I was there when his father died. I was there the day he stopped talking to his brother. I know. I know. I know. It's hard to. Oh, thank you. is hard, and I want you to know that it is hard. I am going to be going through a grieving process, and I might not be on as much as I was before because it's like your future. Like you imagine your future with this person, and I have spent 27 years building my future with this person, even though it's been on and off and crazy and up and down and all that. I have always thought that that's where it has to be. So to know that it has to end, it's a grieving process. It's a death of what I thought my future was. And so I know it's a grieving process. Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you. Anyways, what I was going to say is I appreciate it. And I might not be on as much. I don't know. I might be on more because this is my sanity. My witchy life, that's how I go through things. That's how I deal with things. I will be doing some kind of spell tonight to keep myself in sanity process. I will be lighting candles. I have incense out. Tomorrow I'm going out with Jim. I'm not telling my youngest son that because I don't want him to have to lie, and I don't think it's any of Peter's business. I know, you're right. What would I say to one of you? I know. Yeah. Yeah. One for my aunt, one for my mom. I got special ones for that. It's a good idea, Wild Bells. And I'll be back on tomorrow, and we'll talk about it a little bit probably tomorrow. I'm glad I have Jim too. I really am. He was the first person that I called, and I feel guilty for talking to him still. And I almost don't. I just don't want him to know because don't even try to talk to me about this asshole. Thank you, Amber. Thank you so much. You guys are all you are my family. You really are. So I can't imagine me not coming on. I might be coming on, once a week to do a crazy this is my life kind of video, and then the rest of the time we'll do cool witchy stuff. But I might, for a while, need once a week to do this. Oh my fucking God, this is what happened this week. Thank you. I really, this is what I mean, you guys. I needed to do this. And people in my quote unquote real life were saying, no, I don't think you should tell them. And I'm like, no, that's not me. Then I'm not being authentic. They're not stupid. They're going to know it's not me. Get a damn it, doll. Thank you, Elle. Thank you, all of you. I know you are. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yes. That's a good idea, Amber. Thank you. You're right. I will. That's a really good idea. I plan on being on, though. This is what I do. Do I have a coven? No, not anymore. Right? That's true. Yeah, holy shit. My card for the year is Justice. Holy shit. You know what? I suddenly feel I can breathe a little better because my card for the year is not the Tower. My card for the year is Justice. So I'm going to be okay. I'm going to have to rebalance myself and figure out this balance. But it's not the Tower. It's Justice. Hell yes. That makes me feel a whole fucking lot better. Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. yeah. Do you work with matron like Kali? Mayat, the goddess of justice, is my matroness. So, yeah. I just needed a good vent. Exactly. I really, really did. And I thank you guys so much for being there for that. I am going to make this video private. I'm not going to erase it because I think sometimes I might want to go back and watch it once in a while when I need to remind myself of this moment. But I am going to make it private. And I really thank you guys so much for listening for almost 2 hours to this wild, waggy, crazy story that is my life. And I, way more than at the beginning, I'm going to be just fine. I really am. I know I'm strong enough to do this. It is exactly just one step at a time. And instead of thinking about my whole future, I'm just dealing with what I'm dealing with today. And I think when I get off you work with Mayat too? I love Mayat, the goddess of justice. She fucking rocks, let me tell you. When I get off of the video with you, I am going to turn my video game on and pretend I'm an elf who has to slay dragons and I'm good. And I really, really, really thank you guys. Instead of me helping you for once, you really helped me. And I know, right? Cocktail time. Oh yeah, I think I still have my my Kahlua. I'll be pulling that out tonight. Let me tell you. Dragon Age Inquisition. That's what I've been playing lately. Love it. Thank you, Lady D, and I will answer, honey. We do have a lot to talk about. You guys, just thank you. You are my family, and I adore you guys. And I'm not going away. This is how I deal with things as I talk about it. You're not a dragon slaying elf? Yes, I am. I'll be fine. It's going to suck for a while, but that's okay. I'll find my balance again. Exactly. Growth is painful, for sure. It's not easy, but my life has never been easy. Thank you guys. Really. I love you guys. Thank you. And you are the best. Thank you, Brad. Please do. I am so going to find my Kahlua when I'm done. Thank you, guys. And I'll be on tomorrow night. We're going to do something normal because I just want to go do... Oh, no. I'm going out with Jim tomorrow night. So I'm not going to be on tomorrow night. But I might be on tomorrow after Simon's. Simon's live tomorrow morning. I know it now. It's... but Simon's live tomorrow morning is going to be with... the deck creator of the Abyss Tarot that I cannot wait for, Anna Turian, and the deck artist for Bonestone Earthflesh, and she did Oracle of Echoes, and What the Hell is Normal, right? So everybody watch. I'll be watching tomorrow. I think he spelled it right. It looked it right. Anna Turian. Oh, maybe not. I don't know either, but it's close. That's why you are a great teacher. You've been through a lot. That's true. I know. Family don't end with blood. I love you guys. Yay. Supernatural. All right. I adore you guys. Thank you for getting me through tonight. I'm going to go have a drink, play some Dragon Age, relax. I probably will at least check in tomorrow and say howdy, and because I have some stuff to talk about. Imbolc is coming, and I can't wait to start talking about Imbolc. So that's coming. I'm not disappearing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. Yay. Thank you, Ember. Thank you all. I appreciate your energy, and I certainly welcome any healing energy, any candles lit. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Love you guys.